What's going on YouTube? ZfreeZone here, and we're back with the gutter build. Now this is the big day. We're going to do the fence stacking. As you can see here, we got some fence foundations. We have 3,000, there's 5, there's 10, there's 15, 20, 25, 30, so 3,000 fence foundations here. I've laid them out like this so you can see how many we actually use at the end of the day, and then we can just times it by what we got left. So we're going to chuck all these guys down here. We're probably going to have to come back for more. But there we go. There, we'll take 1,000 with us. There's 1,000. So now what we're going to do today, I'm not going to bore you with the whole fence foundation stacking. We're going to do one side. So I think we're going to do this side first. All this side will stack up, and then we'll just times it by this guy and the 2 other sides by 3 more. And then we'll get the rough number of how many it's going to take. So first off, we need to make these guys all tier 3. So we're going to run along here. Now we are using this storm glass, this whole DLC. It's just going to look a little bit better, but I would highly recommend you use black ice because it's just cheaper. That's the only reason for that one. But cheaper is always better. So we're going to run this guy down because we're going to use this to actually do the stacking. So we'll get this done. Hopefully this isn't too boring for you, but I hope you guys have been enjoying this series because it is going on just a little bit. So we're going to try and finish most of it off very soon. So this week I'm going to try and pump these guys out, but you can understand this is going to take me a couple of hours just to do this side, so then a couple of hours on each other side as well. And we have spawned these guys in as well, so I'd highly recommend. Now you have this whole thing. We're going to take these doors off so we can come in and out a little bit easier here. Doesn't want to pick them up, that's fine, we'll just get rid of them. So now you've got this guy going. I would highly recommend just making like 2 to 3 boxes of these fence foundations full before you even attempt to do this, because that is how many you're going to need to do all sides. Now this is usually the case how I do it. I usually do one side at a time. So this side I'll do, and then I'll do this side, and then I'll do the other side. It's just, it'd be lucky if they come raid this side first, but it might take you a couple of days just to get all this laid out. And the resources for all this is quite a lot, so you really want to go out and do those iron runs quite early on. Let's get this down here, so we can come over here, we can go there and go up in the wall right right there. Now really be sure not to snap it too high. Like there is a different snap point, like see if we can get it here. There's going to be a high snap point and a low snap point. Just try and make everything nice and connected. It is going to help you in the long run when you're getting raided and trying to defend this place. Let's go there. And we'll come along here, why not? Come out there. So now this spot here, we want to go further in. And to go further in, we're going to need some foundations here. So let's come out here. Try and get this guy just there. There we go. So to go further in, what we're going to do is grab some foundations here. So if we come to this menu, again, creative menu, look at it in the mods, very handy. We're just going to put a foundation there and then a fence foundation just on the end there. That will give us right up against the wall. And now we'll delete this guy, put that one there, the foundation, just put it there. How I'm grabbing the foundation here is I'm middle clicking the mouse button. Again, it's with that menu, it really helps you build. So we're going to come down one more, put that guy, and then a fence foundation on that. Let's have a look where we are. We didn't go down enough. So we'll go back to one more. Grab our foundation out. And it looks like we didn't attach it properly. So this guy here, grab our foundation out. Yeah, there we go. We still need to put a fence foundation there. That's what we forgot. So we'll fix that up. Then come back one, foundation. just like so, fence foundation, and that is pretty much it. We've done it. So we've extended the stacking just out this far, so now we can cover the whole section here, no problem whatsoever. So it's nice and easy. It's just that copying method again. If you use the same kind of stacking method I use, that copying stuff comes in handy a lot. I'm telling you now, it's the best one to go for. So we're just going to go up these levels. We want to keep it pretty consistent. You can see that just popped up. If you ever pop it up like that, do delete it. Trust me on that one. Drill that into use, but trust me, like drilling into use is the way to go because it is very important. Just when you're defending the place, it comes in handy so much. Can't explain. But what we're going to want to do is fill out this bottom section as far as we can. So we're just going to go all the way. And then we're just going to go to the next level and we're going to do the same thing. As I said, guys, this one's not going to be that exciting. I'm just going to be here listening to me chat while I do this. But I do want to do most of this with you so you get a rough idea of what is actually going on. So let's come up here. Go along here as far as we can. Now we definitely missed a few there, but it was nice and fast, so it was good to do that. Flashes like that, you can just keep clicking it until it snaps in. There we go. And there we go. And now we can come over here. Now just run along here. So it can go in pretty fast. There's a sandstone here, so we need to take over that guy. But we want to make all this, delete these guys, stuffed up again. Sometimes you go too fast and it just pops up, you're not watching. Happens a lot, just fix it. You can lose a little bit of material doing that, but at the same time it is worth it. So we're just going to run along here, boost all these up, and we're going to do this all the way to there. Now, I've just looked at this. Now, I have stuffed up a bit here, guys. So this whole section here is not needed. So this is probably good to show you guys anyway. So this whole section is not needed because we've got the gateways. So we are going to have to delete all these. You can put doors here as well. Don't forget, you can use doors. But I do like the gateways. It's kind of easier to do. So we're going to lose a bit of resources here. So make sure you keep that in mind. I also realize that menu that we're using is not actually taking the fence foundations from my inventory, which is a bit annoying. So I'm not going to be able to give you a proper count. But last time I counted, it was like 3,000 foundations each side. So that's what we're going to go with. That's pretty much the count. So it's like 3,000 this whole side and then 3,000 the other side. I think it's like 3,000 to 4,000. So if you get 8,000 all up, you should be fine to build this. So it's not working out, but that menu, the creative menu, kind of stops me from doing that. If I get out of creative mode, it might actually work. You're already in admin mode. How do I get out of admin mode? I don't think I can. Alright, we're just going to go with it, guys. Sorry, I can't do the count like I said, but it's fine. If you guys want to count, that's fine too. It's a lot to count. If you do end up counting, you're an absolute legend, because it's not something I'll be doing. Now we come up this step, we're going to come through here, and we're just going to place them over here as well. As you can see, we're slowly going up. Now it's not very happy. You can see I can't put them in there because it's overlapping. It's going to accept that one, but it's not going to accept any of those, and that will probably mean that we can't go up here anymore. So what you do there is you just put one along here, and then bam, you go right across. Alright, so then we're going to go from here. Now we're going to upgrade the bottom bits just here. We can go back a little bit more, but will let us put one down, we will. But as you can see, there's no real point in putting one back here. It's not really going to do much for us. Let's have a look here. Go there. There we go, we did it anyway. And now we need to upgrade this here, lift up the levels. Let's come down. Sometimes it's easier just doing it like this. You kind of spam click and it doesn't pop up as much. There we go, we'll do this side as well, spam click. All the way. Very nice. Glad you guys can't hear the mouse on the keyboard as well. I've got a mechanical keyboard, it is loud as, but I've got that NVIDIA noise reduction. That thing is golden, because we are running on a 3080, so we can use that really well. Doesn't seem to affect any performance, so it's really good. So we're even going to go along here, because we can see him through the bottom here, so we're going to do it, because that's going to help us go a bit higher. So we're going to come down here. Absolutely perfect. Now with this side as well, we're going to have to delete these guys and then come up with the tier 3 stuff. Because the tier 3 stuff is what we're after now. So get rid of all that sandstone there. Is not needed anymore. Wait until that disappears. And we don't, yes, we need one more level. Just keep making sure you're not going into those gate ranges like we just did before. We don't want to do that again. Alright, so we come up here and we're going to knock all this out. It wants to go up and try not to let it go up. It's not happy with that angle, so I'm going to change positions here. Seems a bit happier there. It's not lifting up, which is good. All the way down there. This sandstone here will just convert. Very nice. Let me go for the sides there. Beautiful. And then we got tier 3 just in there, so that is absolutely fantastic. Now, some of these sides can be tricky. You get stuck on that. Go back down to the first video, I believe, and I went through each side and showed you how to do that. Can get a little bit tricky, but this side is quite easy. So we got lucky on that one. Alright, so now we just need some in there. Now we've upgraded here. Now we need to just go up to a new level and just keep going up. That's all you really can do. So we're going to come up here. We're going to run along here so we can do that back wall a bit more. And the other thing is what you want to keep in mind is you don't want to trap yourself in here. You can trap yourself in between these fence foundations and not be able to do a certain part. Not right now, but when we get down to the end, you'll see that there's a few spots where you can actually get trapped. Run along there. And a lot of on PlayStation, we've done this many times on PlayStation. There is a lot of lag if you're coming into the base and you're not spawning in the base, or even if you hang around the base, the lag will eventually drop off. It's just PlayStation rendering in everything and putting it into memory. Once it's done that, the lag is not that bad at all. If you come up to raid this place, you'll notice the lag is really bad. But if you just stick around for a little bit outside, before you start raiding, you'll notice the lag will drop dramatically. Just need to be in the area of the base, but yes, this will produce a lot of lag when you're just running up to the base. You'll definitely feel the PlayStation, Xbox definitely kick in. PC, that doesn't really matter, like it depends what kind of computer you got, I guess. But if you're running 32 gig RAM, you'll be absolutely fine. 32 is pretty much the standard now. 16 you'll be pretty good as well. You'll be on par with the PlayStation, Xbox, but probably have faster RAM. The new PlayStation 5 and Xbox X would be a lot better at rendering this stuff into, so you won't get so much of that lag issue. But I know Funcom's working on the lag quite a bit. They're doing a lot of different updates for that, and that is coming to consoles real soon as well. For instance, if you go to a thrall camp, we'll just get this corner just here. If you go to a thrall camp and there's not thralls that you don't want to get, like there's no named ones, you can just go out of render distance now and come back, and all the thralls would have changed. That's something else they've put in. So it's just not like the whole map is rendered in and all the thralls on the map are not there. If there's no one there, it's not rendered in, which is probably what they should have done from the start. But that is a new thing that's coming to PlayStation. That is too high. That makes me think this one's too high, which it is. So we'll delete both of these guys because they're floating. And delete this one here, put him on the floor, put him on top. And now we can come down the side here as well. So that's just a little thing you need to look out for. If you cannot build up here, just work it off one of the side pieces and you'll be fine. So we're going to run this along. And we'll go up a little bit here too. Perfect. Come up here, look around. Looks like we can just keep going up, so let's keep going up. And then we'll do the same on this side as well. Now we've got one lifted, which is just over here because I wasn't watching. But you can see that there's a big gap there, so we'll get rid of that guy and get rid of this one. Replace that one, yep. And there we go. And that's lifted. When you're looking up and placing these, it's really highly likely that they're going to lift, so you probably have to just be a little bit more careful when you're doing that, like we are now. Yeah, we'll go up one more, why not? That's lifted. Try and bring that down, but it didn't go down, so it is lifted still. So we're going to go up and we're going to put that from the top down, because this one right here just keeps wanting to lift itself up. So we're going to solve that by holding onto this wall. And delete it. There we go. Now this part here, people can come in here, but they can't do anything either. It's not like you can place a bomb down here or anything. They can look through the wall, but they can't really do anything with that as well. So we are good there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. But if you are worried about it, you can always put a foundation there, which we can do now just to show you. Once I get my bearing straight, here we go. Let's get a foundation out. And we can go right down there. Go down there, come up here. There you go, now that's covered as well. Just for peace of mind, I really don't think that would have bothered anyone attacking this place. They would have blown down those foundations and then just basically got stuck. So we'll just come up there like that. Bench foundation. Put that one in properly and that guy in, and then we are done there. Alright, good. So now we go back down and pretty much go up another level. So now we're just going to come up this level. Now we've done that side bit, we've tucked it in nice and tight. It's good to do that first. So now we're going to come up another level like we were doing before. Let's go down. Then we're going to go do this one. Beautiful. So it's been like 20 minutes already, and this is how much we've done. And we already had this in our pocket. We're not actually crafting it at the same time too, because crafting can take a while. Logging out and crafting, I'm pretty sure that still works. So just craft like 2,000-3,000 in your pocket and log off for the night just before you go to bed. And in the morning, you'll have all these fence foundations you can actually start working with. That is something we've done before as well. I haven't tried it recently on computer. There's been a lot of updates, but I'm pretty sure that will still work. Now this spot here is not working. So what you can do is just go to a different building piece, like so, and then come back and it will work. Why that is, I do not know. You can also delete a piece, but you kind of waste the resources doing that. Just pull out a different building piece and then go back. Alright, so this is a point where we are getting a bit tight here. We do not want to lock ourselves in. Again, there's another piece there that doesn't want to go. And we've one more in there. Grab another building piece and then go back and it just works. Like magic. Alright, so we're pretty much blocking ourselves in over here, but that is alright. We can use this and build straight into the side of this wall. And we'll block ourselves into a certain point. We can still crawl out of here. So then we're going to leave this gap open here so we can get down. And we're not totally blocking ourselves in. We're going to have to keep doing that. And get this spot here. That's not going to go in, so we're going to go from bottom up. And when we did that, that one's floating, so we're going to have to delete that guy down there. There we go. And climb back up. Try and get this right. You can see where it snaps down. There we go. So that's that one. Now we're going to go up another level. Back, we're going to go 2 levels because I can't really climb up above this level. So we're going to do one and then another one. We can go in that corner. Not really needed, but we did anyway. And we're going to go on top of that. This is where it gets a little bit more fiddly. You're just going to have to move around like I am here. And if you still can't get it in up the top there, always change your building piece, which we're going to actually grab one of these building pieces out and just put it next to us down here so we can switch to it and then switch out of it and then go up. So move around. If it doesn't work, yeah, just switch pieces out. Seems to be the way to go. So again, looks like it needs a switch there. Good old Conan mechanics there. This side, we can get this side in probably a little bit faster, so let's do that. You really don't need one up here, but we're going to do it anyway. Those little bits there you could probably save some time on. See if we can stand up here. We can. It's a tight fit, but we can stand, so that makes it a little bit easier for us. Put that guy in there, crouch and get off. Alright, so now let's do this a bit faster because we can stand on top. We can go a little bit faster here. There we go. Now we'll come down here. Do the same. It's always good facing it as you're doing it. And climb up here, and then we're going to do this bit. Now it's struggling, so we're going to switch building pieces. Now we're going to go side to side here. So we're going to go this side, and then this side, until we have all the way to the end. There. There, we'll finish these off. That one just went up. No, it didn't. That's fine. Switch building pieces. Place. There we go. And jump down. And we should be alright from down here. There we go. So now we can see we're getting pretty tight in here, but we'll do this side first. So we're going to come right along here. And we're going to go up. Just like so. And we can actually go through the top there. We'll go up here and I'll show you the top here. So you can build straight through this rock. Jump up here. Oh, that went a long ways, didn't it? in saying that, you really don't need to come along here. Let's zoom in so we can see what we're doing a little bit easier here. It's only those end bits that are sticking through. And it is actually kind of hard at the moment, so what we're going to do is bring that bottom bit up, and it will be a lot easier to do these side bits. Get rid of that one because that's floating a little bit here. Alright, so from that we're going to come up this guy. Let's see if we can get away with doing all these four at the same time. You gotta be really careful now not to block yourself in. We are getting a small gap here. You want to keep an eye on that gap. But we should be pretty good here. I'll switch building pieces. There we go. Switching building pieces can be quite annoying. But sometimes you just gotta do it. Well, there it is there. Perfect. Get this guy in, we'll climb up this, and that will allow us to do these guys. There we go. Now, it looks like we're blocking ourselves in. Let's see here. We can get through that little gap there, which is not a lot, but that's enough for us to come down here and back up. So we are absolutely fine there. Now we'll come up to this section and we'll do this as we said before. That one is too high. There we go, it's pretty much good. And we're going to finish these off as well. Right, so there we go, we're right down the bottom here. Now what we're going to do is try and reach up pretty much to there, and we can do the rest from the top. So we're going to have to go to the outside to do that. That's fine. So we'll come along here. Finish that off, so that side's done. Now we just need to finish this off, and we'll jump down. And we'll do that last one from this awkward angle right there. Alright, so that is good. Now you can see here we still got these guys, but they're going to go in quite nicely. Now we're down here. So we can smash them out. A few more at the back here. There we go. Now that is done as well. Now we're going to come down here and smash these guys out, and we'll build it up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to come up and do the same here. That is pretty much rinse and repeat, but what we might have to do, let's just try and see if we can climb up here. We are right, so we can. We've got enough room to walk around, so that's absolutely fine. So let's just smash this out a little bit faster. It's just easier to do it this way than one down, one on top. That guy needs to go in there. Struggling to snap, so switch building pieces. Switch. There we go, switch there again too. Now we'll jump up here, go down this little spot, and we'll do the same along here. And then that side is really good up here. It's the hardest bit is just getting these right up to the ceiling on the sides here. Once that's done, the bottom bit is a lot easier to do. So we're just going to come along here. Just like so. Now we're getting a bit of a gap up there, so we'll just chuck a few up there. It's not going to hurt us. Switch building pieces out so I can get that nice snap there. And there we go. That is pretty much done. So now we'll just come along here. Right there, one in there. Alright, so that is looking really good on the side there. So we've got a little bit more to do on the side. So let's get those done with these bottom pieces first, and then we'll go up to the top. Smash those in nice and quick there, nice. Then along here. There we go. Now get up to the top here. I'm thinking we should do this level first. We'll make it just a little bit easier. So we'll come along here. Get back. And that is looking pretty good there. I want to come in and do this section first before we can't reach down there. There we go. Now we'll climb up here. Come over here to where we can climb up. Put one in there. We're going to come down into this section before we block it. That's pretty much good there now. Now just come up here and do these guys. Now you really don't need to put one on top. There is a tiny gap, but doesn't really need one. It's not necessary. These holes here too, they're holes in the structure, but you can't actually climb in them. You can't place any bombs in them. So don't stress about that too much. There is some of those structures on the inside as well. I'll go point those out while we're talking about them. But you do not need to worry about these guys. Let's have a look on this side. So these holes here, you can see there's a nice big hole there. It actually goes all the way out to outside. Now people can't just climb in here, so don't worry about that. As you can see there, it is a solid object straight through there. You can't even place bombs through there. So it's not something to worry about. Just consider it as your little windows to the outside world once you're in here. So now we'll step back a bit and have a look at this, and we're looking really good. We've got one more to go up there, and then we can start doing these layers and coming down. And then we are pretty good. Come up again. Right in there, nicely done. And now, because we got some up the top here, we can actually go up and do the top ones, like so. So let's do that. It's going to get them out of the way. It's a lot easier just to look up like I'm doing at the moment and reverse. And you get those top ones. Obviously these ones here, not really necessary. A very small area. But there we go, that's done. So now we're going to come over here, swap building pieces, and now we're going to come down here. Swap building pieces. Do it again. It's mainly doing that because I'm getting too close. But once we are up there, we're good. There we go. Now we'll go all the way until my back hits the wall, and then we'll jump down, just fill in that gap. But I hope this is making sense to you guys, because it is a bit of a long process, but a worthy one too, definitely worth doing. If you're going to do this build, this is a pretty cool way to do it. There we go, done. Now run all the way down here. Now there is a tiny bit of a gap up here, but we need to go all the way along, so we're going to do that first. Again, just look up and back up. It's going to be a lot easier to do it like this. Missed one there. And just walk backwards. As you can see, they're going quite nicely. What's the time? 36 minutes so far doing this. It's pretty good time. There we go. This is actually the last bit we need to do on this side. And we jump down and we fill in this little gap there. if we can switch pieces, and there we go, we have that gap done. And obviously we want to just do this little bit here, and that sorts out that section there. Alright guys, so that is it. We have done one side of these fence foundation stacking, but if you see here, I've actually finished off all the other sides, so everything is pretty much done now. Now if you want to see that, just stick around because it is in this video. It is a speed build just after this. You'll be able to see how I did the other sides, so I hope you guys stick around for that. And there's many more things to come. We have to fence foundation stack outside the doorways, so just outside the doorways there on both sides. But what we'll probably do next is the middle bit here. We need a mat room in here. Now the mat room in here can be pretty well done, and also we need a probably animal pen and maybe even a stables. We'll get some horses going as well, so we just want to set up this middle bit just that little bit more so we can do what we need to do and go do a little bit more farming a lot easier. But that's what we're going to do next episode, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see that. And also, if you're building along with this, or you have a building in the gutter yourself, or any building for that, please jump on the Discord and send us some pictures or even video in the general chat. That'll be bloody awesome, and I'll go check them out and see what you guys are doing. I'll be very interested in that. Other than that, leave us a comment down below what you guys think of this build, and also I'll see you guys very shortly to do the bottom bit. Other than that, I'm ZfreeZone, and I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.